This is Braggin's Adventures.
What's going on, everybody? It's Andrew with Braggin's Adventures, and today we're going to talk about Cabo San Lucas. So, we were on a Carnival cruise in January, and it was one of those cruises. It's actually pretty common with Carnival where they do 2 days in Cabo San Lucas. Now, don't be fooled. You cannot get off the ship and spend the night and then get back on the second day. You have to come back at night. So, I'll explain why they do that in a minute. Example, I think we were there 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. day one, and then back from 7 a.m. to like 2 p.m. on day two. You can't stay off the ship between 6 p.m. day one and 7 a.m. day two. And the reason for that is because if weather comes in and they can't get back to the port to grab you, you're SOL. You have to find your own way home, and they don't want that happening. So anyway, day one, we actually booked an excursion, and you know how rare that is for us. But this cruise replaced a longer, more expensive cruise for us, so we had some extra cash to play with, and we decided why not. So what we did was we booked the brunch and sip premium yacht experience. You can find that on the Carnival website shore excursion page when you're booked on this cruise. And what it was a nice little luxury yacht ride for about 3 hours, and comes with brunch, bottomless beverages. They don't take more than about 35 people, 30 to 35 people on these, and there was at least 8 to 10 crew members. So you have one crew member for roughly every 4 people, and I think that's pretty cool. They do go past the arch, so if that's something you're interested in, obviously this would be a great time for you. I thought the price was right for what we got because we did get to go to the arch. It does also go down around the south tip of Cabo and then anchors, so you can do some snorkeling. They've got stand-up paddle boards, kayaks, lily pad, and the ship itself, or the boat itself, has a nice little bunny pad on the front that you can hang out on. And we saw whales. What a great time this was. Definitely worth the dollars and cents on this one. We met some cool people. Everybody seemed pretty friendly, but the staff is what really made this, because their customer service was just wonderful. We did tip them afterwards because we were so pleased with this. The food, really good. I had pretty low expectations, I think, going into this, and I should have probably had higher expectations because they blew them well out of the water. It was a very nice brunch. I don't feel like it was too much food or too little food. I probably could have asked for more if I wanted some, but I didn't want any more. The drinks are plentiful. Their pours are nice. It's actually a full yacht. This isn't like just a transport boat they're calling a yacht. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a galley, a dining room, outdoor deck seating area, and then that bunny pad on the front. It's a yacht. You can go have a good time and feel like you have this little lap of luxury happening. Really good time. I can highly recommend this. If you're not much into an adventure type excursion, you just kind of want to relax, this was super relaxing. Really good time. But like I said, if you want a little bit of both worlds, they do allow you to get off and snorkel. I think we were in the water. We didn't personally get in the water, but the people that got in the water, they were probably in there for 45 minutes to an hour, I would say. We didn't get in this time because, well, it's January and the water was cold. So we opted to just stay up on deck and enjoy our brunch eats and some extra beverages and chatting with some other people from our cruise ship that were on this excursion with us. I mentioned we got to see whales, which was like just kind of an added bonus. So not only did we get a yacht experience, we got a snorkeling experience, we got a arch experience, and we got a whale watching experience, and food and drink was included. So I think this was probably one of the best excursions I've ever done in any cruise port. I highly recommend it. And after we got off the ship, we did a little bit more. So remember, we had to get off the yacht and get back on the small tender and take that back around to the port. But once we were there, we went for a little walk. We were thinking maybe some lunch, and we wanted to check out one of the most popular places that you've probably seen on a lot of vlogs, Solomon's Landing. So we popped in by, found our friend from the cruise ship, and grabbed a quick bite to eat. Now, I gotta say, this place is way pricier than I think some place like this should be, but the food was pretty good, the atmosphere is cool, and you've got good views. If you're not into like going for a more authentic experience, this is probably a really fun place to stop. You're gonna get enough to the tourist experience, and you're not gonna be too far from the cruise ship. We did this dip, this chips and crab dip thing, and that was really tasty. The drinks were good. Not as good as they were on the yacht though, and honestly, like I don't know, it felt a little too touristy. It felt like the kind of Cabo San Lucas place you would go to in maybe Las Vegas, if that makes sense. Um, the food was good though. It's just I don't know. It's not my jam. Like we did it once, I never ever have to go here again. I'm not saying you shouldn't do this place if you don't want to get far from the cruise ship and you want to kind of stay on that main marina area. Hang out there. It's a good spot. Afterwards, though, you should definitely head next door and back a little bit. There's this cool little place called Margarita. I think that's how it's pronounced. But anyway, it's like this little window, and it's a bar, for lack of a better word. It's a little window with a bar. They make a super yummy spicy margarita. It's cheaper than any of the drinks you were gonna get at Solomon's Landing, so we had to go check this out. Um, and you know what? Alyssa loved it. It hit all of her notes for what she wanted in a spicy margarita. Um, uh, he hand made everything there. I mean, there's no pre-mixed stuff. He was literally working in the bar, making this beverage. It's worth every penny. I highly recommend you make this one of your stops. Um, so Margarita, it's just right next to the Solomon's Landing, but kind of back. I don't want to call it an alleyway. It's not really an alleyway, but let's call it an alleyway. But head back just a teeny bit there, and check it out next time you're over there. Oh, and don't forget to look for our dollar bill while you're there. It's somewhere on the wall. All right, guys, so that is Cabo San Lucas day one. We're going to head back to the ship now and get some sleep, probably some dinner, maybe see a show, and get ready for day two. Now, tomorrow, we're going to wake up bright and early and just go explore Cabo. We're not going to do any excursions. We want to check out one more touristy spot for you that is supposed to compare to Solomon's Landing, and then we want to show you where we like doing in Cabo San Lucas. So again, remember, this is a tender port. The tender drops you off pretty far away, if you ask me, pretty far away from anything worth doing. All right, so we're gonna head into Agua Salada. This is far past Solomon's Landing. Like you're gonna keep walking, but it's still on that main marina. I personally enjoyed the environment here more. It was less crowded because we were there earlier in the day. But I just think the view's nicer with this one. And the drinks were tasty, if not touristy, sugary. This place is a lot cheaper than Solomon's Landing, probably because you have to walk quite a bit farther to get to it. But again, it is still right there on the marina. And you know what? I actually preferred these tacos. These tacos were darn tasty. Cheaper, better tacos. The drinks left something to be desired, but if you're just gonna grab a beer or something, it doesn't really matter. But the tacos were so much better here. And if you're going like touristy pricing, this place was probably a third of the cost of Solomon's Landing. So just keep that in mind. I think both spots were fine if you want to stay on the marina, but we much rather head back. Head to some of those back roads. It's perfectly safe, guys. Obviously, don't go down by yourself down in a dark alley. But if you see, cars driving and open restaurants, you're in a safe place. Don't worry about it. Head to the back roads. You're gonna find some really cool spots like this one. This is San Patricio, and it's a freaking Irish pub in Cabo San Lucas. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. It's an Irish pub in Cabo San Lucas. Is it an authentic Irish pub? No. Do they try real hard though? Absolutely. And you know what? They've got a wide selection of whiskeys. We had never tried this one, and it was delicious. After you grab your whiskey at the Irish pub, head farther back. There's still plenty more roads and plenty more places to check out. Because if you get off the marina and kind of venture out a little bit, you're gonna find some much more authentic dining experiences. Like this one that we're coming up to right here. Just look for the giant pink building. I'm gonna butcher this. It's Las Guacamayas. But this is what I wanted. This is what Alyssa and I wanted. We wanted good, authentic street taco experiences. You show up, they got that little toppings bar for you right there at your table. Great margaritas. Lots cheaper than the ones on the marina, and really, really good tacos. We sat over right next to the kitchen area and watched them, slicing the pastor off right fresh in front of us. Really good street tacos. Nice, inexpensive dining experience. And it's kind of back and away from the crowds, so you kind of might have a section of the dining room to yourself. I highly recommend it. Again, just head off that marina area. I'm not saying there's bad stuff in the marina. There's good things there. I'm going to show you one in a minute. But at least spend an hour or so venturing out and grabbing some more authentic uh, Cabo San Lucas tacos. Uh, you're not going to regret it, I promise. On your way back to the ship, make sure you stop in at one of my favorite spots. This is the tequila place. It's right there under the giant red lighthouse, and they do free tequila tastings. They have a wide variety of flavored tequilas there, and they'll wrap them up for you so that you can take them back to the ship and check them in like you're supposed to. But really good flavored tequilas. We found one this time that was like an iced tea tequila. And I want to mix it with lemonade and some iced tea and make me an alcoholic Arnold Palmer. Super good stuff though. We go in here absolutely every time we come to Cabo, and we always leave with another bottle of something. All right, guys, that's our 2 days in Cabo San Lucas. Did we miss something that you think we should check out next time we're down there? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye!